Hi, my name is Rachel, and today I'm going to be taking you through a nice dynamic fluid flow. So today's sequence we're going to be focusing on warrior poses. So it will be quite fast paced and quite dynamic, so I'd say it's probably not suitable if you're a complete beginner. Please, as always, just go at your own pace. Remember that child's pose is always there if you need it. And you might want to grab any props you might need, maybe a block or a strap or anything else that you might like for the practice. Okay, let's begin. So we're going to start in our child's pose. So bringing your big toes to touch, knees apart, arms out long in front of you, forehead down onto the mat, sitting back on your heels. And just taking this moment just to arrive on your mat. Slowing down your breathing. You can switch on your ujjayi breath if that's in your practice. Otherwise, just taking nice deep inhales and exhales through your nose. Last couple of breaths. And then from here, we're going to slowly just come onto our bellies, coming into Sphinx pose. So your forearms down onto the mat, elbows underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers nice and wide, and just going to open up your chest, look forwards. Getting a nice gentle stretch through your shoulders, through your chest. Pushing your hands into the mat. And then lowering all the way down. And then bringing your hands out to the sides, coming up onto your fingertips. So your hands should be at your shoulder height. And as you inhale, we're going to lift up. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring your left shoulder down onto the mat, gazing over your right shoulder. Inhale, lift up through center. Exhale, dropping your right shoulder down, gazing over your left. And do that once more on each side. So inhale back through center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale back through center. And exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhale back through center. And then from here, we're going to interlace your hands behind your back, bringing your palms together if you can. And inhale, lifting up your chest, lifting up your feet, getting a nice little gentle back bend here. And again, opening up your chest, looking forwards. And release. And then pushing back into your child's pose, lifting up, coming into the first downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, you want your feet to be hip distance apart, spreading your fingers nice and wide, shoulders away from your ears, tilting your pelvis up towards the sky. And we're just going to pedal out our feet here, bending one knee and then the other. You might want to look under each armpit. Just using any movement here just to wake up your body, working into any tight spots. And then slowly tiptoeing your feet up towards your hands, bringing your feet hip distance apart and just hanging heavy, coming into ragdoll. So you can keep your knees bent here if you need to. Take hold of opposite elbow and just gently sway from side to side. Keeping your eyes closed if that feels nice. Maybe shaking out your head, relaxing your neck. And then releasing your elbows. I'm going to interlace our hands behind our backs, trying to bring your palms together again. And then bending your knees here, going to bring your chest right onto your knees and then bring your arms up overhead, getting a nice little gentle stretch in your shoulders. Making sure that you shift the weight into the balls of your feet. And then we're just going to slowly come all the way up to standing. Head and neck coming up last, keeping your hands interlaced. And then opening your chest, giving yourself a nice little gentle back bend. And release your hands. Come to stand at the top of the mat, so bringing your feet together, big toes touching, heels slightly apart, hands beside you. Chin parallel to the mat, gaze forwards, Tadasana, mountain pose. Drawing your belly in, tucking your tailbone under. And we're just going to do a couple of sun A's just to wake ourselves up. So inhale, sweeping your arms up towards the sky, gaze towards your hands. As you exhale, fold forward, hands come down to the mat, bend your knees. Inhale, come up into your fingertips or place your hands onto your shins, coming to a flat back. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, stepping back, coming down, knees, chin, chest, into your baby cobra. And then from here, we're going to interlace our hands behind our back again. And inhale, lift your chest, lift your legs. Exhale, release. Sitting back through child's pose, tucking under our toes, coming into downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths in your downward facing dog. And then from here, we're going to ground down through your left hand and we're going to grab hold of your left calf with your right hand and twisting up, looking underneath your armpit. And release, coming back through center, placing your right hand down and this time taking your left hand behind your right calf and looking up underneath your right armpit. And release. And then looking forwards, you're going to step forwards with your right foot followed by your left. Inhale, come up into your fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, come up into your fingertips, look forwards. Exhale, step, or you can hop back, coming down, knees, chin, chest, or down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, taking a couple of breaths in your downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers nice and wide. Index fingers pointing forwards. Drawing your heels down towards the mat. And from here, we're going to sweep your right leg up towards the sky and then bend your knee, opening up your hip. Making sure that you keep your shoulders square to the mat. And then I'm just going to rotate your ankle going one way and going the other way. And then bring your foot back down. Inhale, sweep your left leg out towards the sky. Bend your left knee, opening up your hip. And then again, taking those ankle rolls, going one way and going the other way. Bring your leg back down. Inhale, look forwards and either step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, come up with your fingertips. Exhale, step or hop back, coming down, knees, chin, chest, or down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, you're going to sweep your right leg up towards the sky on your inhale. And as you exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Grounding down your left foot, sweep your arms up, coming into warrior one. Gazing up in between your hands. You want to think about bringing your left hip forward and your right hip back. Nice deep bend in your front knee. And then in your next inhale, going to open up, coming into warrior two. So think about shoulders away from your ears, gaze over your front middle finger. Nice deep bend in your front knee, trying to get your front thigh parallel to the mat. And then bringing your right hand onto your right knee, you're going to sweep your left arm up, coming into our extended side angle, gazing up towards the ceiling, rotating your chest round. And then bringing your left hand onto your left leg, going to inhale, sweep your right arm up and over, coming into reverse warrior, gazing up at your right hand, keeping that bend in your front knee. And then from here, we're just going to dance between those two poses, one breath for movement for 5 breaths. Inhale to prepare, exhale coming into side angle. Inhale for 2, exhale side angle. Inhale for 3, exhale side angle. Inhale for 4, exhale side angle. Last one, inhale for 5, exhale side angle. Bringing both hands down onto the mat, stepping back into your high plank, coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a couple of the breaths here. On your next inhale, sweep your leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. Ground down your back foot, sweep your arms up, coming into warrior one. Gaze up in between your hands. On your next inhale, opening up, coming into warrior two. Nice deep bend in your front knee. Gaze over your front middle finger, shoulders away from your ears. And then bring your left arm onto your left knee, sweeping your right arm up and over, coming into an extended side angle. Gazing up towards the ceiling, rotating your chest round. And then bringing your right arm onto your right leg. Inhale, sweeping your left arm up and over, coming into reverse warrior. And we're going to take that one breath per movement between those two poses again. So inhale to prepare, exhale, coming over for 1. Inhale, coming up, exhale for 2. Inhale, coming up, exhale for 3. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale for 4. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale for 5. Bringing both hands down onto the mat, framing your front foot, stepping back and coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, you're just going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Grab hold of your 2 big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, look forwards, and as you exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Making sure that you shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Bringing your elbows out towards the sides. And then release. And then we're going to bring your hands underneath your feet so your toes come to the creases of your wrists. And you can just wiggle your toes a little bit, just massaging your wrists here if that feels nice. Inhale, look forwards to prepare, and as you exhale, folding forwards. Again, making sure that you shift the weight into the balls of your feet. And keep your eyes closed here if that feels nice. And release. And then we're just going to walk our hands back out, coming into your downward facing dog. In your next inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, we're going to bring your right foot in between your hands. And then from here, we're going to bring your hands to your heart center. And then leaning forwards, we're going to bring your back foot in slightly and then lift up, coming into warrior 3. So keeping your chest nice and lifted. Staying strong through your standing leg, hips square to the mat. And then from here, we're going to bring your right hand down onto the mat, just a little bit in front of you. You can grab your block if you like as well. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana. So in this variation, we're going to grab hold of your back foot if it's available to you, opening up your hips even more. And slowly releasing your foot, bringing both your hands back to your heart center, making sure that you keep your left leg lifted. We're going to come back into warrior 3. And then from here, we're going to interlace your hands behind your back, trying to bring your palms together if that's available to you. Lifting your chest, gaze forwards. And then we're going to step back, coming into warrior 1 stance with your legs. And then just going to heel toe your foot out to the side slightly, so you've got a slightly wider stance. And then inhale, we're going to open up your chest, looking up towards the sky. And as you exhale, folding forwards, coming into humble warrior. So you're going to bring your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee, surrendering down towards the mat. Arms coming up and overhead. And then engaging your core, going to slowly come all the way back up. Release your hands and then bring both hands down onto the mat, stepping back into your high plank and coming through your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving on to the left side. So inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. And then bringing your hands to your heart center. I'm going to draw your back foot in, lifting up, coming into warrior 3. Keeping your chest nice and lifted, gaze forwards, hips square to the mat. And then bringing your left hand down, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, but grabbing hold of the back foot if you can, opening up your hips. Slowly releasing your foot, keeping your back leg lifted. We're going to bring both hands to your heart center, lifting back up into your warrior three. And then interlacing your hands behind your back, opening up your chest, looking forwards. And then stepping back nice and wide, coming into your warrior one stance with your legs. And then just heel toeing your foot over slightly. Inhale to prepare, opening up your chest. Exhale, folding forwards, bringing your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Surrendering down, humble warrior. And engaging your core, coming all the way back up. Release your hands, bring your hands back onto the mat, stepping back into your high plank, coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your right foot in between your hands, coming into low lunge. Inhale, open up your chest, look forwards, coming up onto your fingertips. And then placing your left hand to the inside of your right foot, sweeping your right arm up, coming into easy twist. Gaze out towards your right hand. Staying up on the ball of your left foot. And then inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, we're going to come round into your revolved Skandasana, so coming onto the knife edge of your left and right foot. You might want to heel toe your right foot out slightly, gazing back towards your right hand. And then coming all the way back round, and then just going to heel toe your right foot over to your left wrist, setting up for our pigeon pose. So making sure that you keep your hips nice and squared. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, walking your hands out, either coming onto your forearms or coming all the way down, mounting your chest down towards the mat. You're going to stay here for a few breaths. Breathing into any tight spots. Keeping your eyes closed. And then slowly coming back up. And we're just going to come onto your right hip and sweep your left leg round. And then bringing your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Keeping your left foot flexed. You're going to inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward over your left leg. With every inhale, just see if you can go a little bit further. And then slowly coming all the way up. And we're going to cross over your legs, and we're going to step or hop back, coming through your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from here we're going to move on to our left side. So inhale, sweep your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring it in between your hands, coming into our low lunge. So coming up onto your fingertips, opening up your chest, looking forwards, staying up on the ball of your right foot. And then bringing your right hand to the inside of your left foot, sweeping your left arm up, coming into your easy twist. Gazing up towards your left hand. And then from here, so again you might want to just heel toe your foot out slightly to the side. And we're going to reach back, coming onto the knife edge of all of your feet, coming to the knife edge of both of your feet, gazing back towards your left hand, coming into our revolved Skandasana. And then coming all the way back round, heel toeing your left foot over to your right wrist, setting up for your pigeon pose. So inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, walking your hands back out, either coming again onto your forearms or melting your chest all the way down to the mat. Taking nice deep breaths here. Keeping your eyes closed, your gaze inwards. And slowly coming up, and then sitting on your left hip, we're going to sweep your right leg round, bringing your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale to prepare, sweep your arms up over your head, and exhale, folding forward over your right leg. Bringing your hands to wherever they come. And using your breath to see if you can just go a little bit deeper. So inhale, creating that space, and exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. Slowly release, coming all the way up. And then again, we're going to cross over our ankles and step or hop back, coming through your vinyasa. So exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we're going to step or hop through to seated. So we're just going to do a little bit of core work now. So we're going to come down onto your forearms. And we're going to bring your legs out long in front of you, and then lift your legs up towards the sky. And what we're going to be doing is just crossing our legs over, going all the way down to the mat, hovering slightly off the mat, and then coming all the way back up. And we're going to do that 5 times. While we're doing that, just making sure that you're really drawing your belly in as much as possible, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. So inhale to prepare and exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, coming all the way up for 1. Down, up for 2. Down, up for 3. Down and up for 4. Last one, down and up for 5. And drawing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a nice little hug, bring you forward, down onto your knees. And then from here we're going to come into Navasana boat pose, so you can place your hands underneath your knees, keeping your chest nice and lifted, spine nice and long. Or if you can, bring your hands out to the sides. Or if you want to go even further, straightening your legs, just making sure that you keep your spine long, keep your chest lifted. And then from here, everyone bending their knees, and then we're just going to lower down, again hovering slightly off the mat, and then coming all the way up for 1. Lower down, and back up for 2. Lower down, and back up for 3. Lower down, and back up for 4. Last one, lower down, and back up for 5. Last one, lower down, and this time we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back up, hug your knees into your chest, forehead onto the knees, and release. So to finish, we're going to take a nice restorative back bend. We're going to be holding it for 2 minutes, but don't worry, it will be on a block, so it's nice and gentle. If you do want to do something a bit more dynamic, please feel free to take whatever back bends that are normally in your practice. Maybe you want to take a couple of bridges, or a couple of bridges followed by a full wheel. Like I said, we'll be here for 2 minutes. So if you're taking the restorative back bend with me, please grab your block. And you're going to bring your feet hip distance apart. You just want to be able to touch the backs of your heels with your fingertips, making sure that you keep your thighs parallel. And then we're just going to lift your hips up, bringing the block to whatever height feels comfortable for you underneath your sacrum. So I like the highest height, but you might want to go a little bit lower, going onto the middle height, or even just onto the lowest height if that feels nice on your backs. Like I said, we're going to stay here for 2 minutes. So find the position that's comfortable for you, closing your eyes, bringing your hands beside you. Just slowing down your breath here. And just relaxing. Letting the block take your weight. So last couple of breaths. And then slowly releasing your block from underneath you. You can keep your eyes closed. And from here, we're just going to take a couple of spinal twists. So bringing your knees into your chest, hugging them in. You might want to just gently rock side to side here. And then keeping your right knee drawn in, extending your left leg out. And then we're going to draw your right knee over, bringing your left hand to the outside of your right knee. And then bringing your right arm out long, either in a T or in cactus if you don't have the room, gazing towards your right hand or keeping your eyes closed. And then coming back through center, drawing both knees in, giving yourself a little hug, a little squeeze, and then keeping your left knee in, extending your right leg out and drawing your left knee over to the right, bringing your right hand onto the outside of your right knee, extending your left arm out long, gazing towards your left hand or keeping your eyes closed. And then coming back through center, hugging both knees in, just giving yourself one final nice squeeze. And release, coming down for our final resting pose, Shavasana. So we're bringing your feet as wide as a mat, palms facing upwards, eyes closed. And we're just going to take a couple of releasing breaths here. So inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. And last one, inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. And then just let your breath return to its normal pace. Please feel free to stay here for as long as you need to. If you're ready to move on, we're just going to start to wiggle our fingers and toes. You might want to start to just gently move your wrists and your ankles. Maybe reaching your arms up over your head, giving yourself a nice stretch, pointing your toes. And then rolling over to your right side, making a nice little pillow with your hands. Taking a moment here. So making your way all the way up to seated, keeping your eyes closed and bringing your hands onto your knees. Slowly opening your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that sequence. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already, and I really hope to see you again soon. Thank you.